You ask me to save. Sure, why not? Welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations for the last time. Because this is the finale, period. I don't care how long it is. This is the finale. March 15th, 3:33 a.m. Theaterum Naturalis Lobby. Mr. Alba, I request you testify once more. As if there's anything for me to testify about. So we have to fully prove Mr. Alba murdered Mr. Cochin. Well, I'd like to hear about your movements before the murder occurred. Wonder if you could tell us what you did here at the Theaterum Naturalis. Very well, I suppose I can tell you about that. Just because all I did was watch this old samurai show. Not even that alone is good enough for me. Only for me to place this man under arrest is to pinpoint the exact location where the murder took place, for that is the key to the investigation. Tell me about the show, then. Watch from the last row. The stage was lit, but it was dark out in the audience. I swear I was there in the audience, but it's hard to prove that, I suppose. I do remember the contents of the show very well, though. That prove enough for you. Moving scenes were shooting this old man's heart. I'll never forget them. So you're in the theater proper, watching the Still Samurai stage show, were you? Of course I was. I had a great fondness for the Still Samurai. Yeah, I was pretty cool up there, wasn't I? You're not the one who was cool. The Still Samurai was cool. Yeah, the Still Samurai's finishing move today was really something, huh? Hey, Edgy! Who is she? Who is a super cute girl? She's standing here the whole time, and only now I notice her. Her name is Kay Faraday, and she's helping me in an investigation. Sorry I didn't get to introduce myself earlier, but better late than never. Yeah, it's okay, I'm Larry Butts! Look, silence in the peanut gallery. There's no time for such trivialities like this. Mr. Prosecutor, this is the final battle, you got that? Yes, I know. This is the end. For that man there. That's the kind of thing I like to hear. They don't give you trusting a try. Mr. Prosecutor, rather, Mr. Edgeworth. I'll leave this critical battle up to you. Mr. Edgeworth. Have no fear, I'll finish the job. This really is the end game. Time has come to expose every last one of Mr. Alba's lies. So, I mean, you were in the audience. Sure. Hard to prove that. Tell me about it, then. Tell me. I'll remember the contents of the show as well myself. That's nice. That's nice. Miles Edgeworth, don't allow yourself to be riled up by him at this point in juncture. Wasn't planning to let him... Well, if you ask me, I think I'm the biggest Still Samurai expert around here. Don't you think this climax scene of today's show is totally awesome? Yes, I remember that well. That's particularly a special move. The way you delivered the final blow against the Illustrate, or at least the Moraine jab. Oh, that scene will live on in my heart forever. Is that how it went? I totally forgot about that. How do you create your own special moves? That's a special attack the Still Samurai uses when he's still using the Samurai Spear. Yes, and today was the first time they showed it off, was it not? If I hadn't watched the show, then how could I answer you with the name of the move? Suppose you're correct, but you're only elaborating this point for me. One of the scenes was never foreseen early Super Rain Proof jab. Blah 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 blah. It wasn't, though. Oh, hey, that's clearly spelled out right there. There you go. I said, there we go. The special move today was the early summer rain jab. Is that your final answer? Blah blah blah. You little irritating gnat. Do you think you could trip me up by asking the same question over and over? That was not my intention. Your testimony is more than sufficient. However, I believe it would be wise for you to take a look at this. The Samurai Spear, what about it? The spear actually never made it on stage today. Excuse me. Unfortunately for you, tonight's Still Samurai happened to be a goof of a young man with an abundance of useless hot-bloodedness. Having said that, this useless man bit the spear during his rehearsal this evening. Okay, do you remember what the Still Samurai special move was tonight? It was a samurai sushi slash. Correct, because you couldn't use the spear. Last minute change was made. If you've really been watching the show, you would have known that move was used. Aquis, Alba. You didn't watch a single minute of the Still Samurai stage show tonight, did you? Aha, so he wasn't watching the show tonight. That opens up the possibility he was busy killing Miss Fortune instead. So where were you during the show? I demand an answer now. What is so funny? You're so sloppy, and so are your conclusions. I still insist that I watched the show, or most of it in any case. What do you mean by most of it? As you see, during the show, I left my seat first, but to visit the bathroom. I assume that it's what the Drenic scene was played out on stage. That's the loudest lame excuse I've ever heard in my life, pal. Just because he got off the name of the move wrong. We can't use that as proof he didn't watch the show at all. That's true. As a friend of the Still Samurai, I wanted to watch the entire show. Honest. As a Still Samurai fan, for someone who wasn't even in his seat for the climax of the show, you would never declare yourself a Still Samurai fan ever. That is not the point of this. Who is holding it now? Yeah? Hello? Who was that just now? It would be a young lady. Larry, what are you doing interrupting me like that? Edgy, just hold on for a second, I beg. You may never accept this old man as a Still Samurai fan, but I totally think he's a Still Samurai... Simmer-maniac. What is a Still Samurai-maniac spell? I guess I mean to say a Samurai-maniac. Yeah, and trust me, I know every fan when I see one, because I'm the real Still Samurai. I will never acknowledge you as a Still Samurai. What are you getting us all worked up, Mr. Edgeworth? It appears that the real Still Samurai recognizes me as a fan. As he should, for I'm a fan. It's not as though I missed the entire show. It's the most amazing show, filled with the spirit of the young and the young at heart. The sarcasm chewing from his long-winded nose can run any thicker. Getting the name of the move wrong only proves they didn't watch the last scene. What I really need here is something more definitive. Links me, I would direct to the murder of Mr. Manny Cochin. You know what, Gramps? You're really something else. I'm honored to receive this praise from the Still Samurai, but what is it for? Well, I was just wondering how you found out about the early summer rain jab. The move is a bit of a secret that only a small portion of the staff know about. Wait, what is the secret? Larry, wait, what did you just say? Oh, did I say something stupid again? Did you say that the early summer rain jab was actually a secret? Yeah, well, maybe I shouldn't have said secret. It's more like we only decided on the name of the move right before the start of the show. Right before? Yeah, the stage director was going nuts because we were supposed to debut the move. About 10 minutes before the show, we threw it up on the dressing room's whiteboard. Early summer rain jab. That's how we kind of decided the name of the move. But by that time, I already bent the spear, so I guess the whole thing was kind of pointless. All the useless samurai actors, all the same. The director has my complete sympathy. So basically, because we changed the move to the sushi slash, we kind of pretended that early summer rain jab didn't exist at all. I mean, it'd be better if someone found out we changed the move, so we made the secret. So basically, Gagger was in it for the publicity's sake. No, this makes the early summer rain jab and it's like a lost art. Yeah, which is why I think most of the staff hadn't heard of the move. Hold those up to you still. What the heck, old man? They're nothing but listen, and what I can tell, it's very unrelated to the case. That's a very tedious and a pointless exercise and wasting time. It's like a kid's show. Mr. Alba, I believe the one who should be quiet now is you. How dare you? In fact, you've already noticed. What exactly the spirit implications in this man's testimony? Ha! So now you're trying to bully me, huh? There are no implications to read into a behind-the-scenes story of a kid's show. Don't even think about trying to slither your way out of this one. Akira Alba. You're the one who said it yourself. The name of the move was Early Summer Rain Jab. But the move was only decided upon right before the show was from the start. So, just what are you driving at? The name of the move you told us was never used in the show or said aloud. Now then, would you care to tell us how you found the name of that move? Because I can only think of the one way you could have known. Of course, Alba. The only way you could have known this was the move, you saw it. You knew the name of the move because you saw it. You saw it on the whiteboard's dressing room whiteboard. That's what I'm trying to say. So everyone knew they were keeping a secret. So you couldn't have simply gone up to a staff member and asked. Which means the only other option left was you saw it on the whiteboard. So that means Mr. Alba was in the waiting room at some point, right? What's the big deal, sir? I don't see what that means. There's another piece of evidence that has a great deal to do with the dressing room. We can't afford to let this slide. This is related to both the dressing room and to Mr. Cochin's murder. Oh, I see. The samurai dogs. They were in the dressing room. Okay, never mind. Come on now. Why else do we have these things? The pushcart? The pushcart. The pushcart that was used to move the body right there in the dressing room. During the show, the pushcart waited his return to be pushed onto stage in the dressing room. It was finally pushed there, along with the Iron Infant in the last scene of the show. Then, right after the show ended, it ran into Alba along with the Soul Samurai. Which means that the only time the killer could have placed the body inside the pushcart was when the pushcart was in the dressing room backstage. Basically, the killer had someone to visit the dressing room during the show. Precisely. Oh, but wait! What if there's just a what if? What if the murder didn't take place in the dressing room? What do you mean, Kay? I have to admit, she brings up a valid possibility. During the show, the dressing room was supposed to be devoid of people. Anyone in the private dressing room would be stand out like a sore thumb. But despite that, the killer demands to move the body with the pushcart. Correct, because it was set up at the theater's dressing room. It would be the ideal location for the murder of Manny Cochin. Aquasel, but during the show you went to the dressing room. I want to know why. Yes. Yes, I was there. I went into the dressing room. I knew it. I'm placing you under arrest right now, pal. You got that? Arrest! Blah, blah, blah. Not so fast. What is it now? Don't I deserve a chance to explain myself? Explain? What is there to explain? I believe I told you earlier that I went to the bathroom. Well, I got lost when I did. Wanted to ask for directions, but I opened the dressing room door. No one was inside. That's when I saw the name of the move on the whiteboard. You punk, still trying to get out of this. Do you really think you can get away at this point? Mr. Edgeworth, is there anything you can do to stop him? I don't have enough evidence on hand to do anything. I don't have the airtight evidence I need to put this man away for good. That's what I need, perhaps. Agent Lang, I believe an investigation in the dressing room in question is in order. It's also we may find new evidence there. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth's pokes ran in there. I'm sure we'll find something new facts, pal. Oh, if he's a little thief, we may have learned something from our recreation. We don't need to do any of that. What? Wolfie, how could you? Not saying this to be mean. It's just that we've already searched there. And I really are something else. And I found nothing. There's only one thing I can say to you, sis, and that's that they found nothing. That's it. I guess you're right. If they found something, they would have reported it to us. They couldn't find anything there, because there was nothing there to find. There's no info to defeat Little Thief. I can't do much to help either. It's the end. Murder took place in this theater, which is not protected under extraterritorial rights. And the fact that it was Mr. Alba himself who committed the murder. I can't prove both statements to be true, that Mr. Alba walks away a free man. There's no other course of action left to us. It appears that your hands of cards have turned out to be a bust. If you're excused me. Of you people, I missed my flight. Now let's make haste to arrange a new one. Who is holding it now? Who is it this time? Of course it is. Of course. All right there, you whippersnappers. First Larry, now you. What is with that scary mobster-like skull on your face, Edgy Poo? Don't treat me like I'm some sort of nuisance. I've been to say this, but let me keep talking about things I don't get at all. You're leaving this lady in a sad, depressing, lonely death, but I'm crying. Why did you have to speak up right this instant? But you know what, Edgy Poo? Cheer up! Because I'm about to give you the most wonderful thing. The most wonderful thing from you. It's so super special, I couldn't give it away to just anyone, you know. Oh, my special present of love, my sweet Edgy Poo. Are you ready? Is this... It's a samurai dog. Okay. It's a box of those samurai dogs, right? Yes! Oh, Edgy Poo, here you go, anyone, and you'll right his reign. Why? Right through here. Why'd everyone get so quiet all of a sudden? Edgy Poo! Tell me you understand the depths of this lady love for you. No one to hand out stacks willy-nilly, you know. No, sir. Who would have thought it occurred to me that baby would be a kid if I fed you and make sure you were nice and full? Oh, one day someone would use from my own homemade food. I mean, isn't that everyone to make sure that their beloved never goes hungry? That's what I wanted to experience. I tell you what I mean, most listed Mr. Edgeworth, oh, can't you do something about her? There's no power on earth that can force that woman to silence. Jap, jap! I'm so sick and tired of it! All you people do looking down on me! Even this box of samurai dogs put me for a fool. It has special design on its fan like the Japanese flag, so I thought it was special. When I ate one, it tasted like the rest. Oh, it made me so mad. Wait, this is a box with a Hinamaru Lake fan on it. Never heard of a piece of merchandise existing before. However, there is. The red rising sun on this fan is filled in. Is it possible? Could it be? The show the samurai dog are paddled on the dressing room floor. But there is no such thing as a rising sun dog. Contradiction in the facts, but something that should not exist and yet does. Rays from the rising sun may just be what we need to point us in the right direction. The present. Cedar Big was basically told us to play delivery boys. They were supposed to hand out the dogs to the BBC people and tell them hi. I had to put them in this pushcart just to move them all. I believe you understand what this means, correct? You killed Mr. Cochin at this stage, then placed his body inside the pushcart. And then, you forced the samurai to remove the body for you. It's time to piece the final pieces that's all just put together. No matter how fragile or small the connections may be. When you found them all, the way of the truth will be revealed. Well, the samurai dogs were in the pushcart. But the body was also put in the pushcart, so they'd have to be taken out. They used the pushcart to transport the body, which means that they had to remove the samurai dogs within first. Therefore, the samurai dogs were put on the dressing room floor. They were most likely taken out of the pushcart by the killer. They were removed to make way for the body, yes. And the fan is filled in. Could the blood have gotten on the samurai dogs? That show which don't exist. This box of samurai dogs with the Hinamaru on it. This red rising sun was filled in with this killer was busy removing the dogs from the pushcart. And it's proved that the murder took place in the dressing room. As long as this red doesn't turn out to be what I believe it to be. Wendy Oldbag. I thank you. What you have given me is something very special. Edgy Poo! Mr. Edgeworth, are you sure you're feeling okay, sir? Mr. Alba, I suspected you killed Mr. Coach in the dressing room. How many times must I listen to you repeat yourself? Haven't you figured it out yet? Your words are meaningless, wordless, and powerless. Only way I'm going to continue to cooperate with some definitive evidence. That arrogance, that self-confidence. You believe that you erased every piece of evidence that could incriminate you. However, there remains one piece here, and it will put you away for good. Ha! You're bluffing. Oh, hey, Mr. Prosecutor. I think you finally found them. Finally found the fangs you knew of this guy's jugular. But tell us, what about that box samurai dog is gonna put the old man away? There's evidence that'll bring him down. Well, it's here, of course. It's the dot. This box of samurai dogs with a Rising Sun fan on it. This should have never existed. I want you to take a good look at this red spot. A single drop of blood. Huh? What? Blood, you say? Agent Lang, I'd like to say blood analyzed post-haste. I gotta admit, I'm a bit surprised. I can't believe we found blood in a place like this. Hey you, get this down to the lab, pronto! But why was there blood on the box to begin with? If you think about the flow of the crime, I think the reason will become obvious. Larry, you said that you transported the samurai dogs in the pushcart, correct? Oh, yeah, you have a great memory, Edgy. That pushcart was a bit too big for my son, you know what I mean? To make sure everyone could see him, I had to pile some stuff in. I figured the samurai dogs were there, so I used them to fill up the cart. But every said it's true, I mean the box is doing on the floor. Oh, I see, the girl took them up, or to place the body in the pushcart. Exactly, and that is when I believe the victim's blood found its way out of this box. But when investigated, not a single box of samurai was in there, because the embassy staff members already confiscated them. Yes, no doubt hide the evidence of the murder. It's a good thing Miss Oldbag managed to steal that one box before they got to him, huh? Like Miss Oldbag had to put this great thief to shame. What a scarce way of putting it. I didn't steal, I received it for myself. Alba, I say there was one very fatal oversight on your part. Sort of right in your little love fest, however. How can you still be so self-confident in a situation for him like this? Even if that blood turns out to belong to Mr. Cochin, then what? So, Mr. Edgeworth, it sounds like he's not ready to call it quits yet, huh? No piece of evidence was left at the scene of the crime. They don't want to shed light on a new fact. At the very least, we now have proof that the murder occurred in the dressing room. And you say that like it means something. Huh? Excuse me, sirs? Yep, hi. What do you gotta say? Report! For the results of the analysis. Sirs, the analysis came back and confirmed that the red substance is blood. I knew it. With this Alba. Blah, blah, blah. Mr. Edgeworth, I wonder if you might review my question. Your question? One from before, have you forgotten? Even if that is Mr. Cochin's blood, what difference would it make? Like we already told you, it proves that the crime was in the dressing room. It doesn't prove that I am your killer, does it? That's a very good point. Put in that box doesn't prove Mr. Alba is the killer. Then, this evidence, it's meaningless. That can't be. We're so close, sir. I'm gonna smack that spook off his face. Come on, there's gotta be something we can do. I finally found a solid piece of evidence. Must be something I can expose with it. Ah! Can't think of a single thing. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be on my way. Hold it! Hold it! Who is it now? Who was that? It's too late. I won't allow anyone to stop me now. It wasn't me, pal. And it wasn't me this time either. It wasn't me either. It was me! Well, why did you... because I haven't finished reporting everything to you yet, sir. There's more. What? Hurry up and spit it out. Yes, sir. The blood I mentioned... It's not from the same blood as the victim's blood. What? No. What? What do you mean it's not the same type? I mean, it's not the victim's blood. It isn't his. Then who the hell is it? I don't know, sir. All I know is not the same blood type as victim, sir. What should we do now, Mr. Edgeworth? I have no idea what's what anymore. Neither do I. My, what a losing turn of events. That blood drop proves to be something true, alright. Namely, my words. Which one of your words would that be? One's worse, so that your words are meaningless, worthless, and powerless. That blood has nothing to do with the murder investigation whatsoever. Need to remind you that the blood got onto that box long before it entered my embassy. What sort of nonsense? Yeah, it's blood, pal. There's no way it's not related to the murder. So you like to believe. So what if someone preparing the samurai dogs had a small nosebleed? What then? I guess that's possible. Damn it. We've been wasting our time on a red herring. That blood doesn't belong to anyone connected to the case. That should be clue enough. Curious Alba, you bastard! Silence. Don't you ever address me with such a filthy word again. I've wasted enough time here with you, and you'll have your answers. Now let me through. Alba, it doesn't matter where you went off to, you never escape me. Someday I'll have the satisfaction of sinking my fangs into you, you'll see. I'll have an opponent behind me working to see that that day comes. Do you know what your words sound like to me? That sound like the whinings of a pathetic loser mutt. Ow! It's really the extent of all we can do. Is the blood really from someone completely unrelated to the case? Was there another possibility, someone other than the victim? That's when I thought I had hidden back into a corner, as had I has been backed into one. In a situation like this, what would that man do? What would he who can turn any desperate situation around do? Turn it around. That's it. I must turn my way of thinking around. Not whose blood is this, just whose blood could it get into the box like this. And I think of it that way. The blood got into the box when the body was being placed in the pushcart, and the owner of said blood must have been in the dressing room at the time. It's only one person that could be. Well, I must praise you for your trying so hard. It's because of you kids that I was removed from the center stage. I'll be forced to live out the rest of my life in the shadows, unfortunately. But it's not a total loss, as the underworld allowed me much more freedom than you'll ever know. Freedom like what the raven feels as it flies through the dark night sky. You can't lay a finger on me, now or ever. Arm of the law is powerless before me. Powerless, is it? I wouldn't be so sure about that if I were you. What do you mean? Trying to describe you in one word. Pitiful. Pitiful, how so? Accurate, Alba, your wings were clipped long ago. Or someone who is trying to fly away on them without noticing that fact. Pitiful is the perfect word to describe you. Ha! Mere words. What do you mean his wings are clipped, Mr. Edgeworth? That's what you think it means, Kay. We already had caught him in our trap a long while back. An incredibly power decisive use of evidence. Hey, Orc, Mr. Prosecutor, care to speak in English? What are you even talking about? What piece of evidence? The piece I speak of is chorus. This drop of blood. But we know it's not from the victim. I don't see how it remains irrelevant to the case at all. This fun karma, I believe it is exactly why it's very important to the case. And the part that is the most important is the fact that it's not the victim's blood. You're looking a little pale. Good, then I believe you're already aware of what I mean. Then you know who the blood belongs to. Of course I do. This evidence just irrefutable proof that will stop the killer in his tracks. But so this box of samurai dogs belongs to this person. I mean, it belongs to this man. The blood of the rising sun on this box belongs to you, Alba. What? Why is his blood on the box of samurai dogs? He's not even a victim. The blood fell into the box when Scorchion's body was being loaded onto the pushcart. At that time, there were only two people in the dressing room, the victim and his killer. That's what you mean. The blood doesn't belong to the victim. There's one other person it could belong to. Yes, and that person is the murderer himself. That's the only logical conclusion. Miss Scorchion was the one who was stabbed, sir. Why would Mr. Alba have been the one who's bleeding? And during the murder, Miss Scorchion had fought back. You mean before Mr. Alba could kill him, Mr. Alba would manage to wound Mr. Alba. Yes, I believe we have a piece of evidence that proves he was bleeding then. Piece of evidence that shows he was probably bleeding at the time. His wound. Mr. Alba, you blur one your body a great wound. Those from when the mess who attacked me with a pair of scissors. Yes, that happened way before you was in the dressing room. But that wouldn't really happened. You can manufacture a weapon by smearing blood on it, so I can accept that as fact. Well, try a test, Mr. Alba, and see the shape of your wound matches the scissors. You really are something else, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't let a single thing slip you by, no matter how insignificant the possibility. You want to talk, Mr. Alba. You managed to give the law a swoop for 10 years as the smuggling leader. Rather than the danger, you can hide every last ounce of fear and anxiety from everyone. You truly are one of a kind criminal. I'm the master of my fear. Why would I think that a person such as you could miss such a large thing? You've overlooked something. You heard that my wound was caused by Mr. Cochin. That it was caused here in one of the theater's dressing rooms, right? Yes, that is correct. I'd like to point out that it's simply not possible. My wound is a stab wound, only going to come from a blade. Wonder where you suppose that such a weapon came from. Ah, that theater was packed with security guards. It is impossible for anyone to come into this area with a weapon of any sort. This is Mr. Alba was able to bring the Albastian knife in a bouquet. Let's find some other way to sneak in a weapon of some sort. But as long as you can't prove what that other way is, all your talk about Mr. Cochin stabbing me is pure nonsense. So that other way doesn't exist. You better hurry and tell me now. Or it does exist. With pleasure. Wait, what? This piece of evidence shows how Mrs. Cochin brought a weapon into this theater. I mean, the key. The key, my friend. The key. Among law enforcement, this piece is known as the Yaguatsu's key. That key! The key that my father stole from me here 7 years ago. And it is very unique in both a key and a knife, meaning that the under guise of a key could have been easily brought into the theater. No! You could dispose of the knife that stabbed you. Therefore, you wiped off the blood and placed it back in Miss Cochin's pocket. After all, the key itself opens the safe in his office. Inside that safe, there was a document of Microscopian paper signed by Mr. Cochin. In order to make like Mr. Cochin died as the leader of the smuggling ring, you had to make sure the police were the ones who opened that officer's safe. All that hard work to save yourself only served to destroy you in the end. So we try matching this knife's blade with your wound, Mr. Equus Alba. And that is what some may call the coup de grace. Impossible. You can't take me down. Swine, all of you. Especially Manny Cochin. It's all because of that man's betrayal. He tried to steal control of the smuggling ring from me by removing me as ambassador. Which I deserve to die while bearing the guilt for all of my crimes for me. When I sent out the Yaguatsu's card, an incident was born. Then he was supposed to lead the smuggling rings later, who was killed by the Yaguatsu. But I had another reason, another story was supposed to play out. And his death was supposed to bring everything to a close. Or I've gotten away with it too, wasn't for your meddling prosecutors. Mr. Alba, I'm afraid there is one more question I forgot to ask. This country is our Alabas. Which country's court would you like to face first? Either way, it's game over for you. Oh, hello. March 17th, 11:21 a.m. District Court for Live number 2. Booth is it, the big day. It's Mr. Alba's trial day today. Next week, he's under trial in his own country of Alabast. My sister's heading that one. Expects to be serving a full course of whiplashes at it. I'm going to face Miss Von Cumber in court right after facing you, sir. I don't even want to think what it would be like. I got a glimpse of Mr. Alba as being escorted into the courthouse. And boy, you look just about as glum as I do the day before I get my monthly paycheck. You know, I've been thinking that flight attendant, even reports for all Mr. Alba's secret agents. Correct, that smuggling ring was the common thread between all of the incidents. Given me Leavy's support during the smuggling ops, using her job as an attendant, his department was to manipulate trials right to the ring to enter their favor. I fly airlines, even the prosecutor's office. No safe from the smuggling ring, huh, sir? In fact, there are even more members of this ring spread throughout the world. Yeah, it sounds like such a big op that I can't even begin to imagine what it's like. What is objective? Ah, nothing. It just... welcome to think of it. Mr. Ernest Romano's trial is also scheduled for later today, sir. I'm aware of that. Mr. Romano had been working with the smuggling ring now over 10 years. He used the Romano Group's various connections worldwide to assist the ring. But all that has come to an end is because Conglomerate is now undergoing harsh scrutiny. Oh, Mr. Romano is a debt of gratitude, but he must pay his debt to society. Well, the arrest of Mr. Alba and Mr. Romano, I guess that about wraps up the KG8 incident as well, huh? I suppose so. The real killer in the KG8 incident 10 years ago was Manny Cochin. 7 years ago, the killer in the second KG8 incident was Mackerel. Those two facts are unshakable truth, however. It seems that a lot of effort was put into hiding those other truths from us. I'll expose it all at the trials today. You're solving cases left and right today, aren't you, sir? Sees you in dead man. Perhaps now these two brave souls try to make the truth known can rest in peace. By the way, I received some gifts from Ambassador Palliano. Shrimp, crab, beef, I don't need any of these, so I'm giving them to you. What? Seriously, sir? Wait, actually, I don't think I want them anymore. But you're holding them... Don't tell me they're just coupons, sir. Detective Gumshoe, have you not read the paper recently? Right as the two countries became utopia again, its economy has changed. Really? It seems that Ambassador Palliano has reaped a few benefits of his own from it. He's been announced as the official ambassador of the newly reunified utopia. But what a pity. Even though every enemy is a treasure, you don't seem that interested. Well, if you don't want them, I can give them to my lovely assistant, Kay. Oh, wait, that's not what I said. So, Mr. Edgeworth, please let me have them, sir. Actually, come to think of it, where is Kay? How come she's still not here? Oh, she is, though. Hey, gotta be more late than that. Eek! I can't believe you didn't notice. I was even mimicking Mr. Edgeworth's voice for a bit. I noticed you. I even noticed the voice was you. Langzy says, ferocious love blooms with each new spring. Agent Lang, pleasant surprise to see you here. It's been a long time since I set foot in the courthouse, but I wasn't going to miss. Watching the guy who screwed up my countries finally get what's coming to him. Well, that and something else. I want to see you in action in court. That's so, Agent Lang. We've lost all the counterfeit bills, so Zhang Fei is finally at peace again. And it's all thanks to you, so I just want to say... thanks. Well, I never thought I'd see the day old Wolfie says thanks to Mr. Edgeworth. I should be the one thanking you, Agent Lang. If you hadn't negated Mr. Alba's extraterritorial rights, I would not have been able to bring him to trial. I believe the victory belongs to the both of us in this case. Yeah, a shared victory, huh? Look, don't get me wrong. I'll still never forgive you, prosecutors. I'm still interested in that truth thing you talk about in court. I've always done things my own way, and that's not about to change. You got that? I see. Well, I believe you should follow your own creed when you do your job. Yeah? There's only ever someone your precious truth can't catch. Feel free to sit around and cry out all you want. But as for me, I'm gonna get that person no matter what it wants. Alright. It's about time for the trial to start. I'll see you later. I'll be watching your performance from the gallery. Looking forward to this. I put a ton of ticker tape for today's victory, sir. Oh, throw some around, Mr. Edgeworth wins. Hope you got enough, because I'm gonna go call my men up as well. A modest amount of ticker tape goes a long way. The scene shifts to the courtroom, and the final act of this long tale begins. The legend of the great thief Garatsu. The story of those who chose to dedicate their lives in pursuit of truth. Persecution of those who seek a guilty verdict for the defendants they meet, and to that end you have no choice but to win by any means necessary. The coup was forced on Mason was very young. However, I no longer think that as all we prosecutors are. And that's because... Even though I've only been away from the courtroom for a short time, I feel as though it's been a lifetime since I set foot in one. Today, more than anything other day, I feel the fight within Rising. Objection. I'm a Scenario, hi. Do you have anything to say? Nope. I really missed Edgeworth's death for the other day. Thanks to him, I'm still free to serve in the friendly blue skies. Oh, so about my suitcases. I've been selling them on the internet, and they've become a real sensation. Thanks to the praise the art world has lavished on my work, being truly postmodern. The art latest chosen me to design their new line of I-Fly jumbo jets. Just think, someday you'll be able to take a ride in my pink-walled, yellow-seated jet. That sounds awful. That sounds awful. Oh yeah, this man. Edgeworth, out there rudeness of that rude man. Just because of my time his money is wasted. But more importantly, I recently was a fascinating treasure recently. That proved to a statue of the Principality of Utopia. It weighs a bit light in my hands, but the ambassador apparently was most generous. Because it was a fake, so it was yours. He's gonna whip you. We finally caught Agent Hicks' killer, and I was able to witness Alba's teary eyes. It feels good to finally bring everything to a close. I received another offer from Interpol to work another case in cooperation with them. However, Utopian courts await. Utopia's air is supposed to be very fresh, so my whip should find new vigor there. She went back to see. This little patrolman has been fired over today, sir. I thought it was safe since I found the gun I had dropped. But I noticed that I dropped my police badge too. I accidentally broke the criminal's back because I couldn't find my badge. My little life has suddenly tripped into a dark black hole, sir. I think I'll go to the courthouse and file a complaint with Ruffles Man. Ruffles Man. I mean, he's not wrong. Who else? Oh, Emma. I miss Emma. She only showed up in like one case. I was actually hoping to talk to Mr. Edgeworth a bit more than I did. But I gotta get going and return to Europe. I still got a long way to go and got a lot of stuff to study there. Next time I help Mr. Edgeworth on a case, I'm gonna do a real forensic scientist. Sure, he's gonna need all the help I can give him. Scientifically. You go, Emma. You go do it. You go be a scientist. And go on to great things. Oh, Lauren. I wonder how she's doing. Because the kidnapping was staged, I was let off easy. But I won't be going outside anytime soon. But that's really okay. The only person I'm trapped forever is the cage of love. The guardian at the detention center. Well, he's on guard duty. He's such a cold look in his eye, just like that prosecutor. Ooh. Ah! Stop it, Lauren! When do we ever learn to stop being a prisoner of love? Never, apparently. First Edgeworth and then the guard, the detention center. Like, come on now. You knocked over that guard. Oh, the judge. The prisons are all sorts of drama that takes place outside of the courtroom. Since we judges are here all day and day out, I've heard a few rumors, but apparently, Mr. Edgeworth teams with a thief, became a detective. Maybe I should team up with a bailiff, try to become a lawyer or something. Sounds good to me. Judge, ace, attorney, next game. Oh yeah, Maggie was in this game. I forgot about that. Put your hat on. Phew, I barely escaped death yet again. Yeah, but boy, we're lucky to have Miss Edgeworth help us out, huh? Yeah, but because I lost the key, I got fired from my security guard job. Don't let it get you down, Reggie. You still got me. Yeah, you're right, sir. I won't be sad. I'm gonna pick myself and get through this. I wonder what my next job should be. Oh, this is actually kind of fun. Good luck. You'll probably lose it in a similar way, but hey, that's fine. It's fine. Who else? Oh, Palladino. I'm gonna come to Canopia for a summer vacation. We have coupons aplenty. Right now, our embassy is proud to present our Let's Investigate a Murder show. Although recreating that particular case has created a few small fires of its own. We had a few problems with the fire marshals, but the next event will be great. It'll be an attraction entitled Capture the Yaguratsu. Of course, I hope to in this case help in creating our latest attraction. He's getting it, I guess. He's, you know, making that money. Oh, Larry, of course. I can't believe that Mindy ditched me and went to Japan. But it's okay, because that's how I met Miharu. We're planning to go to Paris soon and start a business. We're going to sell blue ocean dogs. They sell like hotcakes hot dogs for sure. A blue hot dog and a blue bun. I guarantee you'll turn your tongue and face blue. I know I'm not really the type to work a lot or really at all, but... Oh, so I noticed I really haven't seen the guy in the blue suit at all recently. I wonder what's up. Oh, well next time I'm gonna make him eat one of my dogs. I wonder where that man could be. Also, this adventure is probably not gonna go well at all. Because you've sold these dogs, like, forever ago? Oh, effective bad, I presume? Yes. Today I gave testimony in court today. As a member of the Yaguratsu. Yo, Mr. Bad, you look well, all things considered. By the way, have you noticed that elements within the ring have begun moving? They're probably fighting over who should succeed. Over who to be the next boss. Although, to be honest, I wish you could forget I'd ever heard of that smuggling ring. Lingzi says thoroughly bite the poisonous stick, head to tail. No one runs afoul of the law and escapes this wolf's fangs. I'll get you all yet. When did I become so old, I wonder? I've begun noticing the gray hairs in my beard more. I'm thinking of retiring my mirror. Maybe. Maybe you should. And old bag, of course, because yes, why not? I was a pink princess and the blue badge all in the span of 2 days. Talk about busy. And it's alright because I got a letter from my beloved Edgy Poo. Please take care of your hip. And when you wish to speak, first take off your headpiece. What does he mean by that last statement? It's like I enjoyed being under a headpiece every time I see him. I've been an alien, some creepy fuzzy pink animal, and there's a pink princess, been just as a maiden. I did wear my own costume or something. That's like a terrible idea. I didn't even read most of that because it just went off, but it's fine. I never usually do anyway, so whatever. Anyway. March 17th, 4:33 p.m., High Prosecutor's Offices, room 1202. Whoop! I feel so much better now that the trial's over. As always, your legal prowess was top-notch, sir. Yeah, enough to beat the look on Mr. Alba's face when he revealed the ring secrets. I was amazed. You're like a totally different person when you step into a courtroom. Mr. always 10 times fiercer in court. Based on the information Mr. Alba offered up, they're in large-scale operations. Clean up the rest of the ring, which I'm happy to leave to Franciscan and Jetling. What are your plans now, Kay? Oh, well, as we take her with the other Cupid killed my father, I'm not sure. Hey, I know. Maybe I'll just keep on being Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Are you still trying to steal my job, pal? Just kidding, just kidding. I can't steal something so important to you, Gummy. What a relief. Okay. Yes. Even after all that's happened, are you still planning to become a great thief? Of course. But I don't want to tarnish the legend of the noble Yagratsu. So I'm gonna hold off on doing anything until I make a tight 3-person team of my own. A 3-person team? A 3-person team of young beauties the same age as me, if possible. With those criteria, I highly doubt you'll find the other 2 people you need. My father chose to fight for truth. I think that's what was so noble about him. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, the only things I'll ever steal are the truths that have been hidden away. I'm going to work extra hard to make a world where the Yagratsu isn't needed. Let's both strive for such a future. Well, I guess it's time for me to get going. I see. Okay, keep your chin up and stay strong, okay? Don't be a stranger. Don't worry, I'll be back. I'll be here to break the lock on the window and sneak in. If you could, I'd appreciate you just came into the door. Go into the building's door. It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. The lock on my window at home isn't broken forever. Oh, one last thing before I go. Let's take a group picture, just the 3 of us. Yeah, a group with a photo. Every case has to end with one. No. Hey, why not? Don't tell me you're camera shy, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, of course not, Detective. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm taking the picture now. Hey, come back here. Mr. Edgeworth, you can't run away from this, sir. Ah, hey, Detective Gumshoe. Stop that. I can't be seen doing that. Okay, I'm totally taking it now. Say cheese. Picture. Let me see that picture. And thus, the long tale of the KG8 incident came to a close. It told the demise of a smuggling ring and the birth of a little great thief. But there was little time to rest and relax. For I'm eager to tackle the investigation into a new case. The reason for my eagerness is I want to pursue the truth, and I want to believe in the strength of those who use the power of the law for good. As someone who has chosen to live my life as a prosecutor, that is my new creed. You got him. Alright. And we clock in at just under an hour. So that's good. Alright, I mean, that's the end of History Investigations. Okay, as far as me goes for the next thing, I don't know, I mean, if you're new and just watching this for fun, then you won't know this. But if you watch Trial and Tribulations that I did with Sarah Bear, I mentioned that I was going to do a big project that I had in mind for a long time, and I didn't. And it ended up being like a year later, I just was like, oh, let's do this because I can. And then I also started again as well. And then that kind of went on hiatus for reasons. But whatever, besides that. While I would like to say that, again, will be my focus, I can't really say that because, I don't know, I just don't have the passion for that at the minute. So, I mean, again, we'll continue and be done, but that doesn't really have my focus at the minute. Really, I want to move on to something else, which won't be the sequel of this, which I haven't played intentionally, so I can do it blind. But I'm not going to do the sequel right away because I want to get some distance from the investigations part of all this, and I'll probably come back to that another time. But I don't know, I'm just really in an Ace Attorney mood, to be honest, so I might kick off the next generation maybe, because I don't know, I'm just in that kind of mood where I just want to do law things. I want to, solve cases and all that stuff in court and, you know. So yeah, I might get back to that guy in the blue suit and the spiky hair and, yeah, I might get back to him. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. Anyway, we'll see what happens another time. So, and that was the end of this. The usual. Now that my plans are kind of done, the usual spiel is what was it again? Yes, what it is. If you liked, what you saw, if you watched all of this, if you give it a like, if you give it a share, you could, I don't know, comment. Yeah, do the YouTube things you can do, and I don't know, maybe throw it around on the internet places like Twitter, whatever. Twitter, Facebook, MySpace. Does that even exist anymore? Up and coming social media platforms. Share it with your friends if you want, or not, or just just watch it and just enjoy. That's really all I want. I don't really care if you do any of the rest of those things. Just do what you want. I don't have a say in what you do. I'm just asking, man. All right. Anyway, enough of that. I'm gonna end this where it goes on another hour because why ramble for that long? Anyway. I guess all I'll say here is thank you for watching and look forward to whatever I do next. And again, will be continued eventually. I can't say that's priority at the minute, but still. Something will be next, whether it's again or something new. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, thank you, and goodbye.